Welcome to this Tuesday installment of the Final Wager, and we just saw a bad penultimate wager by one of our challengers, Chris, who left himself $400 short of the lead on the final clue. I'll discuss that in a separate video. Jennifer, the other challenger, 15-2. Allison in prime position to take advantage of another tough clue with 12-7. She's going to wager right, I have a feeling. We will start with first and second, Chris and Jennifer. Chris doubles up, he's going to have 29,600, so to cover him, Jennifer will need to wager 14-4. If she is wrong with that wager, she will be left with 800, so a lot of latitude for Chris and Allison. Chris can wager up to 14,000, and Allison up to 11,900. But they're not going to go that big because they have to play against each other. If Allison doubles up, she is going to have 25-4, and Chris will need to wager 10-6 to cover her. So I'll get rid of that. Actually, no, I'll keep that for now. If he gets wrong with that wager, he will be left with 4,200. So to stay above him, Allison can wager up to 85. Make that her new maximum. Alright, now we get into rule number 3 territory, and we look at who can cover what. Allison, in a very tight game, is the only player who can take advantage of a rule number 3 wager. So to get above Chris, their difference is 2,100. To get above Jennifer, their difference is 2,500. To cover a unsafe wager by Chris, double 2,100, we get 4,200, and to cover a unsafe wager by Jennifer, we double that, and we get 5,000. So 4 very plausible rule number 3 wagers. I'm going to say that Jennifer really has no mind game ability here. She can't assume that either one of these guys is going to wager smaller than they should. I mean, we know Allison's a good better, but who knows what Chris is going to do. Let's look at mind games now, because we'll be able to narrow down one of these. If Jennifer thinks that Chris is going to go for this 14,000 amount, 28.8. This is going to get a little sloppy, so I'm not going to go too deep into this. That's 13.6. Might as well go for 14.4 at that point. If Chris assumes that Allison is going to wager properly, which we think she is based on past experience, if she gets it right with an 8,500 wager, she'll have 21,200. So to cover that, Chris needs to wager 6,400. If he gets it wrong with that wager, he'll be left with 8,400. So it means that Allison will need to top her wager at 4,300. Which one of these does that fit with? This 4,200 amount, so at least 4,200 to cover the unsafe wager by Chris, and at most 4,300 so as not to fall below Chris should he go for this mind game wager. That would be my top choice for Allison, and the other choice, of course, we can do this 8,500 amount, so 5,000 to 8,500. Put that here. All right. The mind games are out in force. Let's see how our players did. Man, oh man, some Final Jeopardies are insulting to players' intelligence, and this was one of them. Allison got it right, made the small wager of 2,200 as expected, that's good. Chris also got it right and went big for 12,000. Finally, Jennifer nailed it as well. Went for the lockout plus $1. She'll be back tomorrow. Chris wanted to play for second, and he got his wish. Let that be a lesson to all of you when handling a penultimate wager, and, of course, when handling the final wager. We'll see you tomorrow.